Right.
Okay, welcome back to another video. We're
What's
gonna be
goody?
talking
What's
about
goody?
playoffs. We're gonna be talking about Warriors, Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers, and the Knicks and Celtics. But we're gonna start off with the Warriors and the Rockets. I guess I'll just start out. As a Warriors fan, this series was 3-1. I'm a little scared, but am I confident? Yes. I think we can win, but right now the Rockets, they came out with two bigs, and that's our arch nemesis. That was the problem for the Lakers against the Timberwolves, as we seen. Like, they had LeBron playing big, um, and yeah, we just don't really have a real big. Our greatest hope and the one that we play the most is Quentin Post, and that just does not suffice. And everyone's playing really well. As you noted when we were watching the game,
Mm-hmm.
fourth quarter, Jabari Smith, he
Yep.
came out and hit 2 threes.
Huge.
Like, when
Huge.
everyone's active on that team, and then you have your two bigs playing very efficient, to the point where when you take Steven Adams off the court, that's when we're running it up.
Yep.
That's when
Yep.
we're doing our thing, is when they don't have double bigs.
Yep.
So now when they bring out these double bigs, we can't miss. We can't afford that. Like, we get an open man. Like, we need good takes. Like, punched, blocked him. Like,
Yeah.
it's bad, bro.
It's
That
really
paint is
rough.
Steven
Yeah.
Adams. We don't have
That's.
anyone countering that.
I mean,
It's already bad enough Sengun's there, bro.
yeah. Sengun's been playing pretty well. Like towards the end of the series, that's why the Rockets have been able to go on this surge to push it to 7. I gotta give a lot of credit to not only the double big lineup, but Fred VanVleet, because the first 3 games of the series, he averaged, I believe, 16 points or even less than that, and now he's averaging at least 20 or more. He's had, what was it? It was 20. I think he had 27 in game. What was it? Game 4, 24 in game 5, and then in this game he had 28. Right? Like he's been honestly finding his groove, shooting the threes. He's had efficient offense in the 2-man game with Alfred Sengun. Sengun has found his little sweet spots in the middle of the court, actually. And as I was watching the game, I was kind of like, yo, if you keep attacking that, the Warriors don't have a lot of avenues to go to. Here's Jabari Smith for the 3-pointer. And that's really what the Rockets got to do. They have to create, and they have to generate offense from everybody. It requires everyone. You see this extra pass here to Jabari Smith for 3. It requires everyone here. And Amen Thompson was also pretty good. You're going to see a couple clips of him as this continues to roll, of his downhill scoring. He kind of picked on Quentin Post a couple times here, and that's really what the Rockets got going for them, especially in the fourth quarter of game 6. The Warriors played pretty well throughout the first 3 quarters. You see the score right now is 79-74. Just got one tick up. But it was a close game throughout. But then once we got to the fourth, Curry kind of went cold. He was 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter, and the Rockets capitalized. Yeah, the Rockets capitalized. The Warriors got punished for doing the Steven Adams, like hack a Steven Adams kind of thing. They were trying to do like a hack a Shaq method, and they kind of got penalized for that because Steven Adams was hitting his free throws. It's different if he's not, and Steven Adams is a 54% free throw shooter in the season, so I can see why they would do it, but it didn't really work out for them in this case, and it led to them kind of struggling towards the end of this game. Let's see if we can play it over in this point, because I think
Fred VanVleet, definitely that factor. And as I've been seeing a lot, and just hearing from people that we know, Ken,
a block.
People are saying we got Fred VanVleet looking like the GOAT. He's looking great out there. Like, why is he doing all this? Yo, do people? I don't know. Like, I expect this from him a bit.
You're gonna bring because I've seen him. Yeah.
Like, I'm not shocked by Fred doing this. Like, bro's a bucket. I've always thought of him as a bucket. Maybe I just haven't been keeping up with his stats lately, but
yeah. I mean, Draymond said it.
A while in the season.
Yeah.
But these last 3 games, 25 points, 6 assists, 8 3-pointers made, 26 points, 29 points, 8 rebounds, and I think 8 assists on 6 threes. Shooting 7 of 13.
Wow.
6 of 9 from 3.
Wow. That's a great
number. Bro's just playing out of his mind.
He's playing great right now. And I mean,
stupid efficient, bro. On 9 shots, you're hitting 6 threes.
I mean, Draymond even said it himself.
That's just one time scoring for this whole quarter.
Yeah. The Warriors know it more than anyone. They lost to Toronto in the finals, so they saw VanVleet's peak when he's playing at his best, and he's showing that now for the Rockets. He is like their their offensive vet for this team. So it was imperative for him to get going in the series if they had any chance of actually winning it. When it was 3-1, I did get a little nervous for them because, you know, they just couldn't find offense anywhere. But as Van Vliet began to perform better, their defense started to do better. They got into a zone that the Warriors are still trying to navigate through. And, you know, ultimately that kind of has been their struggle on offense, right? Like they have certain moments where they're making plays, but it's not necessarily coming at a frequent clip. So it's kind of causing them to drag a little bit on the offensive end, which gives the Rockets a chance to play more defense. They at least the turnovers, transition. That's what the Rockets want to play. They want to play defense. They want to get out in transition. They want to run, right? Yep. So, I'm excited for Game 7. I'm still gonna pick Warriors here because I think Curry in Game 7s. I mean, he averages at least like 35. I don't think there's not one bad performance from him.
7, he dropped 50 on Sacramento.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a bad Game 7 performance from Steph Curry. So I'm banking on Curry to perform in that game for sure. And what is your pick is the Warriors as well, I assume, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't go anywhere else. We're just gonna show Knicks Pistons just to refer to what we think the Knicks need, because obviously I think the Celtics are the favorite, right? They're the champions of the last year.
Mm-hmm. Defending champs.
They're a great team.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. If everyone's active and we don't got a doubtful wrist on Jason Tatum, I mean, regardless, I think they're still good.
Yeah.
I really think the Celtics could win in 6. If I'm being honest, because I feel like Cat doesn't really show up in those games. Like the last game of the season was a movie, a cinema. It was great, but I just like. It doesn't matter if the Celtics start out hot. Like we seen that game, they had a 20-point lead at some point. The Celtics come back from that. You have Tatum hitting a game-tying 3. I knew the Celtics were gonna win that game. It didn't matter, and I think they didn't beat the Celtics not once this season. I might be wrong.
No, I don't think they did. The Knicks struggled against playoff teams in general. Really, yeah. They struggled against winning teams in general.
Pistons they beat once, and I'm seeing the Pistons be gone because I think there should be a Game 7, especially after the ref missed what he missed. But we're past that. Whatever, refs make mistakes.
Right. It is what it is.
Crazy mistake, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna see Knicks Celtics, and I'm not too hype outside of Jalen Brunson. That man is a dog. He is a dog. Yeah. Most, 40-point games in like the shortest span, bro. He has mad 40.
I saw that stat. That was a wicked stat. It's a wicked stat.
I'm watching these games and the Pistons have the lead and he's closing out. He tweaks his ankle, he comes back, it doesn't matter. He's scoring 10 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and they're crazy buckets. Yeah. We seen Cat hit big time shots, long threes for some reason were the thing that like really helped them in this series from Cat, like spontaneous,
huge from above the break threes. Huge from above the break.
It was crazy, just running down the court, boom.
Yeah, 40% clip. I had a 40% clip. Took like roughly 20 or so shots. It was very very sharp from Cat. Brunson has as many 40-point games in the playoffs as Curry. That's crazy. That's crazy.
In less games.
In
18 or something. Probably more than 18, but more than that. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great. His ability to hit shots. I mean, like when we talk about over the top shot making, that's what Brunson did in this series, especially in Game 6. Had 40 points. It almost felt like he was willing himself to make these buckets towards down the end of this game, which got them the win. And honestly, like I'm thinking about the Celtics series, and I'm wondering to myself, like, what can the Knicks do to maximize themselves on the court against the Celtics? And a couple things. I mean, Brunson will have to pick on somebody. Maybe a Payne Pritchard, a Sam's Hauser, a Luke Cornett. Those are the kind of people that I'm thinking about for Brunson to pick on. And Cat, he's going to have to just have a solid game guarding Porzingis, playing in the paint. I know that's not his strong suit, but he's got to find ways to get Porzingis out of his spots and also give them effective offense on the other end. OG Anunoby, I mean, he was great in this series, and he's gonna. I'm assuming he'll have the job of guarding Jason Tatum. That will be his job, and I think that he can do a good job against Tatum. Tatum had a good series against the Magic, but it's gonna have to come down to consistency. We know that the Celtics have more depth than the Knicks do, so I'm sure that fatigue may play a role down the line in some of these games, and the Knicks are gonna have to try their best to stay in it. That's their best bet here.
Other thing I want to talk about is, yeah, Tom Thibodeau really plays his players, man.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
And coming to a series like this, that almost just went to 7, they're shot. I mean, they're a little more tired than obviously the Celtics, because the Celtics did it in 5.
Right. They had some rest. Definitely had some rest.
37 minutes. The last game Cat played 35. He's probably averaging 35 plus minutes. 30,
Absolutely.
yeah,
They're gonna be in the game for a while, especially because when you take out Brunson in that lineup, it's gonna be hard for the Knicks to generate offense if Cat's not getting anything going, right? So that's the 1-2 punch for the Knicks. That's gonna have to be imperative for them to perform in this series. One other thing that I wanted to also bring up was when I saw the clip of their last matchup back in April. One of the things that the Celtics did was they put Porzingis on Josh Hart, and I think that's going to be huge for them. And by huge for them, I'm referring to the Knicks. They Josh Hart's going to have to hit some shots, whether it be in the corner or if it's coming in transition, because it's the Knicks are going to. Most of their offense, in my mind, will be produced in transition buckets and in quick offense. So they can't let the shot clock go below 10 seconds or below 7 seconds, because at that point you're going to be in panic mode. They got to be methodical. They got to be swift and quick with their decision making, because we know the Celtics, they're capable of going on long stretches of hitting threes, of generating consistent offense, and generating shots for their teammates. So the Knicks will have to capitalize on the droughts that the Celtics give them, whether it be their missed shots or if they're actually playing really good defense. And they're going to have to generate consistent offense. Josh Hart will have to play a role in that, whether it's cutting to the basket or hitting threes above the break or hitting corner shots if he's going to be guarded by Porzingis. If they're going to leave him alone, then he's going to have to make them punish. He's going to have to punish them is what I'm saying. Yeah. But I think that the Knicks are going to lose the series. I think it would be 4-2. Yeah, I think Celtics win in 6. And I'm honestly optimistic, or not optimistic. I would say I'm being generous with the 2. I do think that the Celtics just have so much talent that it's going to be hard for the Celtics to consistently, or it's going to be hard for the Knicks to consistently go against them. Because if you're putting in Campaign and Deuce McBride, well, now we have Payne Pritchard, we have Sam Hauser, we have some other players, right? Shireman is also pretty good with his 3-point shots. So Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, which we haven't even brought up Jaylen Brown, he's going to have a huge role in this series as well. They're going to have some time to rest. So the person who has the most legs will settle. But if Brunson could do stuff like this, hey, you got a chance if you're the Knicks. You got more than a chance.